Can guide and lead others wisely and with love is the mantra this week for you, Libra. So this is for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We are looking at the energy around this eclipse that is happening on Friday, the 5th of May. Here in the United States, it might be happening, I think, on the 6th for some of you. It is happening at 15 degrees of Scorpio. And so if you want more details over on Facebook, I really get into the astrology. But here I want to look at the energy and how it will affect you over the next 6 months or so. This is a very powerful eclipse. It's going to come with a very big emotional release. I find that the energy right around it is very tense. And but then after the eclipse happens, and it's a penumbral eclipse, which means it kind of rolls below the horizon. I don't think anyone actually gets to see it, but you feel it, and it's something like just below the surface that's bubbling up, and then there's this big emotional release that happens. And so I think that you should expect that after the eclipse happens, that in the following 24 hours or so, you're going to feel like a little emotionally drained, a little emotional hangover, but then the energy picks right back up when the moon moves into Sagittarius, and it really helps us to feel more optimistic and hopeful about the future. And so there's kind of this big emotional wave, and so it's a big release and then a rebalancing that goes on. And so Libra, your mantra again, I can guide and lead others wisely and with love. That is your superpower, is just how really wise and your ability to see things and your ability to speak in a very balanced way and to harmonize the situation. So I'm using a Lenormand deck by Ciro Marchetti, and there are extra cards in here, and your overall energy is that of the bridge. That is the bridging between two things. And so this is how you're going to bridge a situation. And so there's going to be a lot of emotional tension coming up. This releases a lot of it. And again, this energy flows out. So over the next 6 months or so, you may find yourself where you're helping to bridge the gap between who you are now and who you're going to be, because you'll have the South Node moving through your sign. This will be unraveling a lot of old stories and paradigms that you've held about yourself, or situations that don't work for you. And so you're in that bridge period, this period where you're building into the new direction. And so part of who you're going to guide and wisely lead will be yourself. I do believe that there is an aspect of this that is about you, but it could be that you are a teacher and you are working with students and you're helping to help them to bridge a situation as they transition from one situation to the other. We're at the end of the school year, or people will be coming in at the beginning of the new school year, right? So the teachers have this energy of bridging information that you might be in a corporation that's undergoing some kind of a transition. There may be a move and you're helping people to transition from one situation to another. You may have people transition from one lifestyle to another as they move through different phases of your life. And it is your wisdom and your kindness and the gentleness and the compassion in your heart that helps to lead wisely, and I think really lean into your intuition on this. And so there is a beautiful flow of energy that's happening here. I actually really love the cards you have, and for a number of reasons. Okay, so let's get into what these cards are. The key to the situation, we have the Fish of Abundance. So for some of you, this is around a situation that involves money and finance, right? So transitioning out of a job, maybe it's time to encourage your parents that it's time to consider another place to live, that maybe where they're living is not suitable for them anymore. Maybe you're helping to transition your children out of the home into an academic, or into just out on their own, right? You know, get them set up. There is some kind of a situation in here. It does involve feeling abundant and feeling abundance can come in many forms. It could be abundance of the heart and joy, but this feels like it may be about money. And there it is. I was just talking to my friend about, I can't believe I got this far into this deck and I haven't seen this card yet, and there it is. So give me a second here. The South Node moving through your sign, that happens, that kicks off in June, right? And so this eclipse is kind of just like, this is the last big release of energy, and then the North Node is going to be moving out of Taurus and into Aries, and as that means that out of Scorpio and into Libra. And so here we have, I gotta have to hold this. Here we have the puppet master, and there's a snake here. And so there is this energy of something is something is over controlling, something is out of control, something is not as it should be. Something is not, there's too much control, somebody has too much power. And so helping to bridge the situation with your knowledge and your wisdom, either for yourself or for others, but it says I lead. And I almost feel like this is you're helping others to see that there is a better way. They are not stuck in a situation, but also you're not stuck, because when the South Node moves through your sign, it's about you unsticking the stuck in your own life. And so it could be either way. It could be that what you're going to do is lead your inner child free, lead yourself back to the dreams that you had and the goals as a child. So there's that big snake here, and so here we have in the action take, we have the snake. And this snake is about to take a bite out of the apple, which means this is transforming with knowledge and with wisdom, right? And you have this, I lead others with wisdom and love. And so there is a need for you to get the information you need, because experience and knowledge equals wisdom. So there's something that maybe you need to know. In the area of information, though, you have the dog of loyalty. And so a need to really understand who's on your side, who's on your team, or whoever you're helping to assist. It's really interesting because the dog is sitting there and he's got his lead and he wants to play and he wants to go for a walk and he wants to move. And so it's almost like who is fun for you to hang out with, because in the energy of the mountain we have the inner child. We have this small girl. It's either a new beginning or the inner child energy here. And so finding where you fit in and where's the fun, where's the joy in life. In the heart space, you have a big transition happening. Here we have the coffin. And up here in the coffin area, we have this tree. And here it's a tree of life and there's a rainbow around it. It may be that you are helping people to bridge the gap after a loss of a loved one. That is a real possibility. If you've been paying attention in the news, you notice when we come up to the eclipse season, right around the eclipse season, every year, wherever the eclipses fall, there seems to be a massive exodus of famous people, but there's just a massive exodus of souls that they chose that portal to exit this earthly plane in before they incarnated. They already knew that was. I feel like for many of us, we have multiple exit points, but this was one, and if they're ready to go, then they take it, right? It's like the exit ramp on a freeway. Like, yeah, I have certain ones that I'm willing to get off on, and so there may be somebody in your life that is, and this could be why finances is here, because it may be that you are the person that is in charge of sorting through the financial obligations, and people, unfortunately can get really nasty around this time, and they fight with their family members over money when someone has passed, which is just horrible, right? And so your ability to lead with love and wisely through this situation may be the story for some of you. And so when I see this family tree here, there's a healing energy, a strengthening in the family tree or within your own personal tree of life. So your own personal health may have been undergoing something, and there's that you need more information and knowledge in order to know what to do, because maybe you're like, I just don't have the energy I used to. I miss having fun and I just don't feel good. And the snake can indicate contact with the doctor. And so maybe you need more knowledge and information in that way. And so I feel like wherever it is that you need information, make sure that you are seeking it and get as much as you can, because then you can make a wiser decision to bridge, to move from whatever the situation is now to the direction you want things to move in, and with a lot of kindness and compassion. The cards in the future are really great, okay? So it looks like right here there is an energy in the recent past of having to work through a confinement, a loss, a transition. And again, this transformation doesn't necessarily mean death. So again, if your child is leaving home, it's going to feel like this. If your parent is leaving and either this earthly plane or they're moving into something. There's this loss of your family home maybe, and so there's there's a need for your gentleness. So this card that came out says, I am kind. Your kindness, your lovingness, your compassion for others. I spread joy, and I offer words of good intent. So at this significant juncture, it feels like in someone else's life almost more than yours, really. There's something that someone else is struggling to make their way through. You are being encouraged to come with the biggest, openest heart that you have. Whether these are people who have hurt you in the past or not, you step onto this path with love and kindness, forgiveness if that's what is necessary. Because here in the area of resources, you have your ship, and your ship is moving forward, and the sails are blown open, and you are being flown forward on energy of a lot of forward movement and progress. And I think as this eclipse energy explodes out, there is going to be lots of shifts and changes in the area of resources, because the finances are at the heart of this question here. This would indicate really great resources, but it could also indicate a free flowing of thoughts and knowledge and wisdom coming in, right? Because the ship's up in the air. And it also is about not being anchored, not being tied down to old karmic baggage. These flying free. There's no bags, there's no anchors pulling it down out of the air. And this is really a lot of freedom here in this area. And in the heart space, you have the card of the long-awaited change. You have these two storks that are doing their happy mating dance around a nest, and the nest is lit up with the sun. And so there is a coming home in the heart space that is really beautiful. There's an opportunity here for this long-awaited, things are being set free. And so I think that after we just had that last eclipse that was happening at 29 degrees of Aries that opposes, your sign, that was definitely cracking open this new set of energy, and this is just kind of blowing the doors open. And so in the area of what to anchor into, you have the clover. That's luck. Okay? So no matter what is going on around me, the universe is working for me. No matter what is going on around me, the universe is working for me. No matter what is going on around me, the universe is working for me. And I can guide and lead others wisely and with love. I can guide and lead others wisely and with love. I'm always in the right place at the right time with the right people and the right opportunities. I'm always in the right place at the right time with the right people and the right opportunities. There's a lot of very positive energy here, but you're in a bridging spot. You're moving from one energetic situation to the other. We're moving out of the South Node in Scorpio into the South Node in Libra. There is a big transition and change, but I don't want you to be afraid of this change. I really think the more that you welcome this change and use it as a chance to release the karmic sandbags that have been weighing down and anchoring down your ship, you will be allowed to fly free. We have for you the portal activation here of the Sword of Light. This is Archangel Michael's energy. This is your sword of truth. This is really coming into the ability to cut. He's showing me he's cutting those sandbags, and so usually you would see them on like a hot air balloon, but this is not a hot air balloon. This isn't just going up. This is moving forward. There's a propeller there. There's someone driving. It is you driving things forward by your ability to release and make space for it. So this is Kyle Gray's activation, Gateway of Light Activation Oracle deck, and I'm going to go ahead and read part of this for you. The Sword of Light says, when this card comes to you, know that it is a confirmation that you are walking the path of light. You are the bridge. You are the bridge. You are the path of light. And responding to pre-incarnation soul contracts to make a difference on the planet. It is also a sign that you have the opportunity to sever connections to fears and limitations. Energetic cords bind us to situations loved ones, and even the past. But you are in transition now and detaching from unnecessary connections, dramas, and fears. This is the opportunity that is offered to you by the North Node moving into Taurus and the South Node into Aries, and the South Node moving into Libra. This is what is happening for you. This is the gateway that is opening for you. Know that there will be a great severing at this time, and you might feel isolated for a moment as you are reconfiguring your circle of trust and moving into a life that is in greater alignment with your highest good. Know that the cords that bind you to loved ones and soul family will remain intact. It's only the lower vibrational connections that are being severed. Expect breakthroughs and doors of opportunity opening for you. If you feel strongly connected to Archangel Michael, know that his energy is with you now. Things are happening for you, they're not happening to you. And the more that you understand that and you pull that in, the more that you recognize that you are a bridge to the next stage, phase, ascension, elevation of your life, however you want to look at it, that you are moving forward. You are being released from things that have held you down and held you back. And so I spread joy. Joy is a choice that we make to feel the joy and the happiness in our life. And I want to show you something I'm seeing here. If you see how she is sitting here with her heart wide open, and so is this. Look at how this crane has the same form. The same form. It is the long-awaited change that opens you up and allows joy to come in. And so act with kindness toward yourself and others. Offer words of good intent to yourself and others. Release the criticizing words that we use, the critical words that we use up to ourselves and to others. And allow yourself to move forward. You're breaking free from this control energy. Or you're helping someone else to do it. Either way, you're on a bridge. You guys take really good care. I'm on Facebook every day. I really get into the astrology over there. I invite you to come join the group. We're going to do some work over there with this Venus retrograde period that's coming up in Leo. Really working with the heart space energy and our values and our self-worth. You might really enjoy that work. And especially because Venus rules your sign. I think you're going to really find that beneficial. Thank you. Thank you for connecting in with your Libra community here and leaving comments and encouragement for one another. I love watching this community grow. You guys take great care, and I'll see you on the other side of the eclipse.